Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Ann Trujillo with the latest from Denver 7. A barbershop accused of racial discrimination after a black man was thrown out, arrested, and put in jail. Video from inside the store shows the employee make the call in just seconds, and now that Floyd's 99 could be paying for it. Denver 7's Russell Haythorne has the video and talks to the man at the center of it all.
In the video from inside the barbershop, you clearly see Darcel Harris walk through the door, and within 6 seconds, a female employee confronts him, tries to push him out, and then Harris yanks away.
She just came out of nowhere.
There is no audio, but it's clear Harris is not welcome.
He starts to ask about haircuts, and before he can even get a sentence out, he gets shoved and pushed.
Minutes later, outside the barbershop, police body cam video shows Harris being arrested. He asks why.
People are calling that you're harassing businesses and you push somebody. Okay. Harassing me?
The Floyd's 99 barbershop claims Harris was drunk.
She assumes a limping African-American male walking into a barbershop on a Saturday afternoon must be drunk, must be up to no good. That black man's a criminal.
Harris's limp is a permanent disability related to a tumor doctors removed from his leg years ago.
So that's why I walk like this.
The Denver DA has thrown out the criminal case against Harris.
The district attorney dropped the charges as soon as he saw the tape. It does speak for itself.
Now, in a new lawsuit, attorney Ian Hicks alleges false imprisonment because employees stated Harris shoved the woman first when the video shows otherwise. The suit also alleges racial discrimination.
As Mr. Harris is walking out of the barbershop, she says his pants were around his ankles. That's the patina of racial discrimination that we see here, and I think it proves why this happened.
Harris says he had never been to that shop until this moment.
I never got cut up over there.
We contacted Floyd's for comment. We have not heard back.
Charged with assault when all he did was leave his granny's house and go into a barbershop on a Saturday afternoon.
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
And that suit is seeking an unspecified amount in damages. The investigation into the number of Metro State employees diagnosed with cancer is growing. Last week, we learned 3 people were diagnosed within just a few months of each other. A 4th employee lost her battle a few years ago. And now we've learned there could be 10 additional cases, all people who worked in the same building. Metro State officials say they didn't know the West Classroom building was unsafe. But today, we spoke with a retired professor who says an area inside was known as the Cancer Corner. Leslie worked in the education department at Metro State. She asked us not to use her full name. She told us she worked on the first floor at West Classroom for more than 2 decades. Right now, the investigation is only focused on a cluster of offices on the 2nd floor, and Leslie wants the investigation to expand.
I'm hoping that they'll just investigate it fully so that they can find out, is there any relationship or is it just an unlucky coincidence?
The 2nd floor has had recent issues with asbestos and lead, but Metro State says there is no evidence to prove the area is unsafe. A Colorado teenager is in the hospital tonight after getting in between 2 fighting bison in North Dakota. That 17-year-old was on a hike when it happened. After passing them, one of them charged her from behind and then launched the teen 6 feet into the air. Experts say bison move quickly and you may not have time to react once they start to charge. That teen, by the way, is in stable condition tonight. And Google is still trying to figure out a glitch that sent a driver sliding down a mountain road. Lonnie Nelson was trying to get around traffic on I-70 near Glenwood Springs on Friday. Google Maps gave him an alternate route down Forest Road 800. Well, 3 miles in, he slid off the road and noticed other cars had done the same thing. Google says it's now looking into it. Construction crews are slowly making progress fixing this giant mess along Highway 36. CDOT and its contractors say they're almost done removing the concrete that collapsed. They also say a design team is 60% complete with its new plan for this road. Lanes are still open in each direction on the westbound side. If you're heading up to Rocky Mountain National Park, you might hit some delays. Starting today, crews will be resurfacing Bear Lake Road, and park officials say you could wait at least an extra 20 minutes to get into the park. Delays are expected to be even longer next Wednesday and Thursday because crews will be out there micro-sealing the road. The project should be finished by next Friday.
Everybody's just kind of in tears, but in awe that this is going on.
He's talking about leaks inside a Fort Collins apartment complex that flooded and damaged units. Well, it's now been a week since that leak damaged their homes and forced people to leave. Well, tonight they are reaching out to Contact 7 for help. Denver 7 Sean Toll is in Fort Collins to check out the damage.
You know, after going through everything and throwing so many bags away, this is what Dean is left with.
Salvaging is all Nathan Horner's thought about for the past week.
Anything that we're able to salvage is on top of this dresser and on top of the bed, excluding that bag.
He says early last week, leaks made their way through his apartment building where he, his fiance, son, and parents live.
Water started gushing out of the wall in our bathroom. Then, you know, water just came everywhere throughout the house.
And unfortunately, they weren't alone.
Everything that was in my room, my baby's room, all the way down to this living room was destroyed.
Gilbert Bamba and his family live directly below the Horners.
It brought a lot of stress, lots of stress, lots of financial damage. If a camera could smell, you would not want to be in here.
He says that maintenance made some repairs after the leak first started in his unit, but has not fixed most of the issues.
We're moving out just because the damage is done and nothing could happen.
The scary part about it was that when I looked down, this is what I find. And I mean, that's black mold, and it's all over, you know, pieces of sheetrock down in there.
A peer management group representative told us they resolved all issues the same day they were filed and said there is no report of leaks in either apartment building. The families want their deposits back and are looking at hiring attorneys to recoup other damages. And Horner said the hardest part is watching his 3-year-old son Dean search for his toys.
And I don't have the heart to show them that the bags are back there, you know, and the toys are there still. But they have to go in the garbage.
Sean Toll, Denver 7.
And listen, if you have something you want the Contact 7 team to investigate, give us a call or you can send us a text. The number is there on your screen. You can also send us an email at contact7@thedenverchannel.com. And now from the First Alert Weather Center, here's a look at your forecast. And it looks like storms are in the forecast for the next several days with highs in the 90s Tuesday, Wednesday, and then into the 80s on Thursday and Friday. This has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thank you so much for joining us, and check back here later tonight for another update. And download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Ann Trujillo.